A history of violence, war's never-ending story. Humans fight. It's what we do. From the dawn of time, we've been at each other's throats. Peace seems like a short break between battles. Why can't we just get along? It's a question that has haunted philosophers and comedians alike. Think about it. When was the last time there wasn't a war somewhere in the world? Hard to pinpoint, right? We've had thousands of wars, millions dead. And for what? Often for reasons that seem ridiculous in hindsight. War is more than just a bunch of people fighting. It's a business. A dark, twisted business with winners and losers. The losers are obvious: soldiers who die, families torn apart, innocent civilians. The winners, they're the ones who sell the weapons, rebuild after the bombs, and get rich off the suffering of others. Beyond the battlefield, the real reasons wars rage on. War is a business. But what keeps it in business? Why do wars start in the first place? Is it just human nature, or is there something more sinister at play? It usually boils down to three things: politics, economics, and human stupidity. Politicians love a good war. It makes them look strong, decisive, and patriotic. Plus, it's a great way to distract people from real issues, like a failing economy or a government scandal. Need to bump up those approval ratings? Start a war. Then there's economics. Wars are expensive, right? Well, not for everyone. Some people make a killing off war. Arms manufacturers, defense contractors, and other industries profit from conflict. For them, war is a goldmine. They'll do whatever it takes to keep the money flowing, even lobbying governments to start more wars. And finally, human stupidity. We're easily manipulated, quick to anger, and slow to learn from our mistakes, all of which makes it easy for those in power to lead us into war again and again. War profiteers, making a killing in times of conflict. War is a business with winners and losers. The losers are easy to spot: dead soldiers, grieving families, innocent civilians. The winners, they lurk in the shadows, raking in profits while others pay the price. Who are these war profiteers? Arms manufacturers who supply the weapons of war. Every bullet fired, every bomb dropped, every tank deployed, it all adds up to billions in profits. They don't care who's fighting or why. As long as the bullets are flying, they're making money. War creates all sorts of opportunities for profit. When a country is bombed back to the Stone Age, who rebuilds it? Construction companies, engineering firms, telecommunications giants swoop in, contracts in hand, ready to profit from the destruction. And let's not forget private military contractors, those modern-day mercenaries who provide everything from security to logistics. History's cash cows, wars that made fortunes. War is a dirty business, but it's a profitable one. Throughout history, wars have created unimaginable wealth for individuals, corporations, and even entire countries. Let's take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of history's most lucrative conflicts. First up, World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history. Amidst the carnage, some saw opportunity. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and IBM made a killing supplying the Allied war effort. They churned out tanks, planes, and weapons, their profits soaring as the body count rose. Then there's the Vietnam War. While American soldiers fought and died, companies like Dow Chemical and Monsanto got rich selling Agent Orange. And who can forget the Iraq War? Defense contractors like Halliburton and Blackwater raked in billions providing services to the US military. It was a feeding frenzy, with taxpayers' money lining the pockets of war profiteers while American soldiers fought and died. The winners and losers. Who benefits from endless war? While the drums of war beat loudest for the young and brave, it's often the old and powerful who truly profit. They sit in their ivory towers, far from the front lines, counting their money while others pay the price in blood and tears. First in line are the arms dealers, the merchants of death. Every conflict, every bullet fired is another deposit in their overflowing coffers. Governments too find themselves on the winning side. War is a convenient tool for some leaders to achieve their own cynical objectives. The moral minefield. Can we justify profiting from pain? The economics of war involve cold, hard cash flowing from conflict. But what about the morality? Can we stomach profiting from pain? Business is business, some argue. In a free market, companies pursue profit. Soldiers need guns, bombs, and bandages. Someone has to provide them. But this ignores the human cost of war, reducing suffering to a line item on a balance sheet. Those who profit are often furthest from its horrors. How do we reconcile war with our morality? It's time to expose those who profit from pain and demand a world where peace is more profitable than war.